who didn't work on the presentation so far, they can leave the room.
Come to There's a Workshop for That. I'm Nathy, and today's episode is going to be a little different, probably chaotic, and definitely very funny. I'm joined by three of my facilitator friends, Mehdi, Saïd, and Alex. Yes, they're back. If you've been around for a while, you might remember the episode we did a few months ago announcing the very first edition of Fit for Facilitation. It wasn't that long actually, just back in April, but it feels like a whole journey already. And in that episode, we talked about facilitation, made each other laugh way too much, and somehow still managed to drop some real gems. Well, the event is back. We're back, and we thought, why not hit record again and share what's coming, what we've learned, and and maybe a few behind the scenes stories too. So before we get into the juicy stuff, I just want to say hi, guys. How are you?
How I am? I think I'm good.
You're good?
Said?
For Nathy, it's, I don't know, it's like 7 p.m. in the evening. For me, it's early morning. 11 is early morning for me. So
We need to warm you up, right?
Yeah.
Mehdi, how are you?
Doing great. So I'm just afraid that you're going to ask me the question, like, what did we learn? Because I was definitely not prepared for that one. Because I didn't learn anything. No. Just kidding, guys. Excited to be with you. It's in a couple of weeks, so it's a good warm-up.
Yeah, and it's just nice to have the four of us, the facilivengers. I know that not all agree to use this name, but I like it.
Who might think that?
Before we start, and because I'm sure there are people who don't know us, who were not aware about Fit for Facilitation, I would like you to introduce yourself. And with who I start? Mehdi.
Okay.
Which one?
So I guess the right one, right?
The green one, yeah.
Oh no, we are not starting again.
Yeah. I brought a cap now, so I think it's going to be even more confusing for Nathy. Like, she doesn't see the difference at all now.
Just explain, because it was just because I mix-match the names between you, Mehdi, green one, and Saïd with the yellow cap. This was the joke from the last Fit for Facilitation. And I might do it again.
And it's not like we've been working together for more than 2 years, and even more you and Saïd, but it's okay, it happens. I guess we look alike, Saïd. Anyway, my name is Mehdi. I'm a workshop facilitator like many of you here. I'm the founder of Facilitators Corner, a facilitation agency. And yeah, I help companies get things done thanks to facilitation, but I also teach facilitation to other facilitators. It's kind of meta. So maybe I can ask the question also to someone else to introduce himself.
Yeah.
And to make it easy for the audience, we'll go with Alex.
There was an hesitation. I will go with Alex. Guys, can I do something different? And even if you say no, I'm going to do it. So, okay. I found this little box. There was some dust on it because I haven't used it for about 5 years when I had my big facilitation agency. And that was a way to present ourselves. So I'm going to use it to present myself. So I'm going to open the box. There is some tiny stuff. We don't need that. And I'm Alex. Well, at least that was me 5 years ago when I had my red glasses. And
hair.
You can hear that from my accent. I'm French. And I do only one thing, and the core thing about everything I do is collective intelligence. By the way, all the cards are in French because most of my clients are French. And I have a specialization as a facilitator. How do I work with collective intelligence? Mainly with large groups of people. So this is my expertise, using large group of people. And when you're dealing with large group of people, you need some tools, and you need some high-tech tools, but not only high-tech tools, also low-tech tools like cards. So I do something that I call the high-low vibe, high-tech and low-tech, and combining them all. And this is why my facilitation company at that time was called High-Low. Oh, come on. you might know me because I'm the owner and founder of Storms, which is a digital facilitation platform. But I also did a few serious games, and this is why I love cards. And I've created the AI Tinkers cards, and now something that is called I Love Cards. Voilà.
And the AI Tinkers card are. Oh, I have
Nice
them
to meet you.
here.
Oh, you have
Nice.
my cards.
Yeah.
This is my preferred card from the AI Tinkers card. I love the emoji.
And it's so easy to read. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like cards where you don't have anthropomorphism. That's like anticonstitutionnellement, which is like the biggest word in French.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex.
Let me try to find someone who's going to present him or herself. Nathy.
Oh, me.
Yes, because
Yes.
you might be the host of this podcast, but not everybody in the world knows you, right?
Yes, true. So, no, maybe not. So I'm Nathy. I'm also French. But I've been living in Germany very long, so I speak French, I speak German, and sometimes with these guys, I have some difficulty to set on one language. So excuse me if it happens. I'm a workshop facilitator and an organizational development consultant who work with teams like Mehdi to make them take decision, to make them set a strategy, to make them collaborate better together and have fun to work together by getting results. So this is what I do with organizations. And with the beautiful facilitator community, I also teach facilitation, but also how to grow your business as a facilitator. So this is my specialty since 2 years now. And I'm the host of this podcast. And I could not look that good on camera, having such a nice setting, if I would not have my great friend Saïd with me. So Saïd.
Oh, no,
Saïd. So Saïd, please introduce yourself.
So, my name is Saïd.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, exactly. Hello, everyone. My name is Saïd. I am from Germany, and I call myself the facilitator because why not? And I help other facilitators to become better in their craft, especially when it comes to online sessions and host like sessions, workshops, trainings that are more like experiences and not just yet another Zoom meeting and sharing slides and putting people into sleep. And I also have a card deck, which is this one. I will later replace it with AI with Mehdi's card deck, so don't worry about it.
We need a real-time AI that modifies the card based on what you're saying.
Yeah, and I need green one so I can replace them easier. No, I'm probably not the only one who with no card deck hasn't written a book yet. And
I haven't a card deck.
I don't have a podcast. I have nothing. It's just me. So yeah.
But you know what? I think the next session of Fit for Facilitation, we should have an expert on card decks who can teach people how to create their own card decks, and maybe have an amazing tool to do it easy.
Yeah, maybe.
I wonder where we could find that. It doesn't exist in the universe, right?
Maybe they should
let me ask ChatGPT.
Maybe we already have it. But before we go into what is coming, I would like to tell again why we are here. At the beginning of this year, 2025, so it's still this year, we sat together in January telling ourselves, oh, this is great because we are connected, we are friends, we are doing a lot of things all together or separately. And we had this great idea to create an event for facilitators to help them level up their skills and grow their business. At that time, we had no idea. It was a first try, first to work all four together, what is sometimes funny, but also needs a little bit of patience and acceptance from each other because we are all different. But it worked very, very well. And we didn't know how much resonance it would have. And Mehdi, I will start with you. Looking back to Fit for Facilitation 1, we were pretty surprised about what happened? How did you feel it, or what happened in that time?
Yeah, I think what was surprising is the number of people that joined the first edition. So of course we have our audiences, we do amazing stuff, but still like I think we had like more than 1,500 people joining the entire event. And for each of the session, and you reminded me the number just before we recorded, so those are correct. We had like more than 300 people in each of the session, which is crazy. The number of messages we had. I don't know if you remember, guys, the idea of Saïd, like to create a small like facilitator ID, and then like so many different people like created their own with their little badges. Like it felt like we really created like something important in the community, and people were really excited to be part of. And you see what I've done here. Like I use the word community without like doing it on purpose. Just seeing that. And so I was amazed, guys. Like I don't know how you felt back then, but what a crazy journey.
I'm still tired from last time. I swear I'm still tired. I haven't slept since then. I wake up in the morning. Oh my God, when is the next session?
At the same time, when I hear all this great success that was the first one, I think we are crazy to try to do another one, because now we have to do better. And instead of being very happy about the success of the first one, now we have the stress to do a second one. Why are we doing that?
Yeah, I think we learned also from the first edition that because in the first edition we had 11 sessions, and it was 1 week, but over 2 weeks long. We had 2 sessions per day. And we didn't sleep so much. So we learned a few things for us, that the next edition should be shorter.
But you are the worst facilitators ever. I mean, all of us. Oh yeah, we learned from it. It was too much. It was too long. Next time we will do it like, I don't know, we'll do less. And then we brainstormed and we had like 15 sessions planned for the second time.
But we reduce it.
Yeah.
We reduce it.
Yeah, we had to.
And I'm happy about
it,
that now that the event is only in about 3 weeks, or I don't know how many weeks, but and I haven't started to prepare my session.
So what I want to add also, it's not just because we are becoming lazy that we want to not do 11 sessions. I think it was also overwhelming for participants, because they had this big FOMO. I need to be there at every session because it's so valuable. Then 11 sessions is such a short amount of time. It's hard to digest all those insights and the learnings. And then it's like, oh, what should I do next? Mm-hmm. So I think the goal here was also to design a more impactful experience that people can digest and learn from, instead of having this like tsunami of insight and then like being like, wow, what I should do next. I'm a bit lost.
There were still people who attended 11 sessions. There were people who attended more sessions than Nathy. So because you missed one because of your daughter's birthday, but there were other people who had like one more than you, which is
Yeah, crazy. So this time we have 6 sessions, and but I can remember that we had so much feedback about the fact that people loved to gather together. Can you remember? So the word community came a lot through the feedback we got from the people.
I personally think so. I mean, of course, there is a lot to learn. I mean, we had like, it was 11 sessions, and I think, we had the first one and the last one with the opening and the closing, but the other 9 were all full with content and learning. But it's just a great opportunity if you have 100 people in the room, or 150, or even 50, to connect with each other, to just talk, to share, to grow your network with people that are like-minded, do similar things, or do new things you haven't heard about yet. So it's not only about the learning, but also like bringing people together, which I personally also like. I mean, there's so many people that I'm connected now with that I didn't know before, which is always a great thing. So then sometimes the learning becomes like a side effect, right?
And we've seen it, because like, remember, like we had someone from FFF who actually like was working on launching our business, and with a couple of facilitators that she met through one of these sessions, they gather and they brainstorm about an idea of the brand that she will create, what type of services she will launch. So it's like that you see that people need to connect and also help each other, so that they become like accountable buddies. So yeah, honestly, it was really nice to see and to be part of that.
So one of the things that is changing with the new FFF second edition is that, yes, we're going to have less sessions. But honestly, there are so many sessions that we could do, probably hundreds of them. So it doesn't fit into an event. But there is one thing that doesn't change. And that's the fact that we are building the program on 2 pillars, and which is also the motto of FFF, right? It's up your skill and grow your business. Pure skill, grow your business. Pure skill.
Level up, level up, level up.
That would be level up. That would be a good song, right? Anyway, so even if we have only 6 sessions, most of them, maybe all of them, have these two sides, which is we need to up our skills as facilitators and how we are in the room or how we design our sessions. And at the same time, we all have to make money, right? It's also good that we are showing some very different perspectives and deep dive into very specific perspective. And I'm sure that we are going to enjoy, and you are going to enjoy a lot these new sessions.
Alex, you're doing facilitation for money. I'm doing it for fame, honor, and because of all the joy. I mean,
yeah, because you are popular, so you can do it for popularity. I cannot. I do it only for money because this is the only thing I can manage to have.
You are also popular. I mean, you were a real rock star during the first Fit for Facilitation. You even created a song. Do you want to sing, Alex, first?
Not that kind.
but he really has a microphone.
So Alex is like this in the real life. So he has always 2 things on himself, like cards and a mic.
To learn and grow, making groups whole. Fit for Facilitation, a summit they gather, improving skills, making them better. Together they share knowledge and care, building bonds, leading with flair.
I was just asking, are you going to work on another single for the next level of Fit for Facilitation?
I don't know. The first one was such a hit. Maybe we're going to reuse it. Maybe you can do a remix. Everybody, you need to know that Nathy, she's the pro. She's a real singer. You're gonna have to post the link of your song, Nathy, on this podcast.
Oh my God.
Yes, you have to do it. Now I've said it, so you cannot do it otherwise.
Anyway, it would be nice to see that this song, people start to know it when and start to sing it in the session. That would be great. However, let's talk about what will happen from the 14th to the 16th of October. So it's 3 weeks from now. And the very first session we will start with is, of course, the kickoff. So I think something will happen in the kickoff. Should we make the revelation or not? Or we keep it really for the opening? We keep it for the opening. Okay. So guys, don't miss the opening. Yeah, don't miss the opening because there will be a big revelation, a lot of interactive activities. We started to design it. It will be great. And then on the same day, the one who will start will be Saïd. And Saïd, you will do something about being visible. And I would like to know from you, why do you think it is still hard for people to make themselves visible?
I think this is just often seems at least intimidating, and I think we all have this experience. Or when it comes to talking about ourselves, self-reflection, promoting yourself, it's always like super cringy. I think that's something hard for everyone when you start, when you are your own marketing. And when you are your own brand and you are your own HR and everything and social media team, but I mean, at the end, visibility maybe doesn't mean that you have to be like out there every day and I don't know, promoting something you want to sell to people. That's at least not my point. For me, just showing up, being recognized, being known. And then when the day comes, when you have something to share, or as I learned from Alex, if you want to make money with your facilitation, I think then you already have like this network, this visibility. You develop like a group of people who already follow you and know you like kind of personal, and then the rest will come easier. At least it was the same for me. I mean, it took me so long until I shared my face on LinkedIn, for example, because that's a platform we are all in. So my first post where I showed my face took me maybe, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, because it was intimidating. And then I started, okay, it's just a photo. And now I'm doing videos and stupid stuff and everything because I don't care anymore. I had a conversation the other day with someone exactly about this and we talked about this. And you know, when you share something on social media, even on LinkedIn, the person who's reading it is probably sitting on the toilet while reading your post, right? So I'm just saying, because I said earlier, being intimidated.
Thank you. Say now I'm gonna have that image each time I'm writing a post. I know you're doing that on purpose, but I don't know if I should really thank you because. Yeah,
but that's just a mindset thing, because you know, I have to be super professional. I have to be. No, there is no one like sitting in front
Saïd,
of their phone
I have to say
or
it's
the
a shitty mindset.
Yeah, but it helps. It helps. Like just like you say, okay, imagine the audience is naked if you do a speech or something, right? It's just taking away this. Oh my God, everybody is watching me. Nobody cares about you. Just be yourself. Go out there and have some fun. And
actually, they forget the next
come.
day that you have posted something. This is the thing. No?
The next day, the next minute.
Yeah, exactly,
exactly. Yeah, when sometimes you think, oh my God, I posted this already like 6 months ago. Should I do it again? Nobody knows you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody remembers you. It's just you, or it's just me. The same for me. I remember everything I wrote or said, but who cares? Just do it, and you will find out. And there are new people who will see it. Yeah.
So you will bring a super framework during your session. Can you?
Yeah, I cannot say it on this podcast. Otherwise, you cannot share it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But if you go on my LinkedIn profile, I think I even pinned it to my profile. Okay. You can find it there, and that will be the base of my session.
So what I wanted to say is that, like, when we brainstorm about the type of session that we need to come up with, we were like, Saïd, you need to talk about branding. You need to talk about visibility, because we had this session with Nathy where we did an exercise with other facilitators about like who are the brands that you want to be inspired from, and like and try to reproduce in your own post. And I think like 50% of the people like put Saïd as an example. So I think this is gonna be very valuable, because like in the facilitator community and even beyond, like Saïd is perceived as, I'm going to say it, as a guru when it comes to branding.
Yeah. For me, this is also stepping outside the comfort zone, but as long as anybody's interested and it maybe helps or inspires, why not?
Why not?
Try out something
At least
new.
It will help.
Yeah, now.
Okay, so I was... master your tool, I know.
No.
I was just telling Saïd that at least you're going to inspire me and hopefully help me, because right now I have to say I am frustrated by LinkedIn, right?
Me too.
And I sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time posting some stuff on LinkedIn because it doesn't work. And so I will be very interested, and I will be a participant in your session, Saïd.
And we can share it, guys.
Like, very weird if you don't join. I don't like this topic. I will sleep that day.
Well, I like the topic, but it's Saïd. Oh.
Go ahead.
Guys, let's be honest, we already have free consulting every time on the WhatsApp group when it comes to LinkedIn. Like, we didn't wait for one session to
do you
learn.
think I should post that, or should I change
too late.
the hook?
It's too late. Don't care about that. Post.
And then you post, and 5 minutes later, Saïd is telling us, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that. It's not gonna work." And say, "Oh, too late."
Yeah.
You have to learn it the hard way. But yeah, you don't join a WhatsApp group with me. You get free, you get consultancy you didn't ask for.
Honestly,
Okay.
we have this WhatsApp group, and sometimes I just because I'm living on the other side of the planet, so sometimes I'm sleeping. On the next day, there are like 40 messages, guys, 40 messages in this
Yeah,
WhatsApp
it's
group.
mainly Mehdi.
Oh,
Mehdi
God.
and Saïd, both of them. They're like...
Oh my God.
So really excited about Said's session. But now there is something else that I want to know. So as you know, I've been working on this thing called the workshop deck. It's a set of cards to facilitate session, and hopefully I was lucky enough to have an expert on the decks in the group, which is Alex, and he told me about all those great stuff that I didn't even imagine when I was designing my like, hey, if you have a deck, it can help you get clients, it can help you stand out, and then we decided that it would be great if he can actually also share those tips to other facilitators. So Alex, you're the deck cards. You created so many different type of decks. The AI one is the one that everyone knows already on the internet. Like, can you tell us a bit more about your session and why we should have, like, every facilitator should have a card deck?
Well, I don't know if every facilitator should have a card deck. I mean, everybody does what they want. But what I know is that it's a great tool for us. And when you think about card deck, when you know what it is, because by the way, not everybody knows that they can use cards. So you can use cards to facilitate workshops where the participants are using the cards, or you can using cards when you are designing a workshop, for example, with your card deck, Mehdi. Remember me the name? The workshop deck?
Workshop deck.
Yes. So when you use the workshop deck, you use it as a helper to help you design your session, schedule the different activities and stuff like that. So it's a tool to help you do your work better, to help your participants do things better. And so first of all, my session is about, yes, you have this tool as a potential tool for your facilitator toolbox. But also, what I want to show is that you can use that in many ways that most of people don't think about. Because if you step back, a card deck, for example, for me, right now it's the AI Tinker's card deck. It's a way to encapsulate your expertise. Okay, your expertise is very intangible. My expertise about AI is very intangible, but I can transform it into a card deck, which is a kind of tangible way to show your expertise. So when you think about that, a card deck is also a great selling tool. And it's a selling tool that is very different from what every other consultant have. They have white papers on PDF. Boring, right? They have cold emails with stuff. No, imagine you have a sample of your card deck, maybe 10 cards, and you send that by postal mail to some of your biggest potential clients, and they receive that and they have something tangible in their hands, and it stays on their, if it's useful, it stays on their desk, and at the back, oh, where is your branding? So anyway, that's just one way to use a card deck that very few people do. There is another one that I showed you at the beginning of this podcast, using it instead of slides to present yourself. This card deck, I don't use it right now because I don't have my facilitation agency anymore. But before, I was going at the client, it was the client who was taking the cards and putting the cards on the table. And there was a kind of collaborative activity between me and the client about presenting the offering, discussing the pain points and stuff like that. So you're really changing the game. And I can tell you that after that, the client is going to remember you. So this session is about that. This session is about this formidable, I don't know if you say that in English. You say that in French. Formidable tool that is a card deck, and all the ways you can use them, yes, during a workshop too, but also before, when you sell, when you promote, when you want to be visible on social networks, etc., etc. So it's a new session, never done it before, never shared all my expertise in creating and using card decks before. It's going to be totally unique, which, oh my God, means that I have to create all the presentation materials for in 3 weeks. Oh my God, I have to go.
Yeah. Bye.
All of us who didn't work on the presentation so far, they can leave the room.
Okay.
We have been working on the kickoff, so this is good. The kickoff is done. Now we need to do the rest. Exactly.
So you see my session, you have a both side, up your skill, grow your business. And there is a lot about growing your business. And we know that, and we've all discussed that. We know that for you facilitators, finding clients is really a huge pain. It's really something that we don't like. We like to design workshops. We like to facilitate workshops. And a lot of us don't like finding clients. I know that's one of the things I don't like to do too. So that's one of the things you're working on, Nathy, right? And it's a pain, but I know that you went behind that pain. And can you share with everybody, because you shared a little bit with us, but can you share with everybody on your opinion on what's the real challenge behind that?
I think the real challenge is a little bit what Saïd said before. It's also a question of mindset. It's also a question of making yourself visible. And it's also the mindset of, I'm here to help people and I want to listen to what are their problems so that I can propose solution. And going with this mindset to start not to sell, but to create relationship with people who might become potential clients, who might become clients. This is what I try to teach in all my programs, my mastermind, and all the things that we do, is that it's just about first knowing how you present yourself, what you do, who you are as an expert, but showing yourself as a strategic partner, someone who is here to listen, who care really about the problems that people have and who care to ask the questions that are going beyond the symptoms that people are talking about. So to deepen the conversation. And the fact is, we are facilitators. So I think one of the main two skills of a facilitator is first, active listening. And the second thing is asking powerful questions. And then we need to not be afraid to reach out to people. So there are several ways to reach out to people. So just starting the conversation with, for example, former employers, former clients that we maybe had in corporate, or with people in our network in LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is here to show yourself, show your expertise, show what you are doing and how you solve problems with your clients. This is one way of using LinkedIn. But LinkedIn is also a network of people who are connected with you and other people who are connected with the people who are connected with you. And when you start to use these tools also to reach out to people and not to pitch something, but to start conversation, you start possible relation that can lead also to clients. So I really do think this is a question of mindset and a question of just starting to train the muscle to reach out to people, outreach on a good way and not on a salesy way. And then have this habit to do this regularly, because you know how it is. Even if you have workshop right now, so you need to prepare for the next months, and it takes time. It depends on with who you are working with. So it's always a gymnastic, and I'm not an expert in this. I will just share in my session how I do this, how I use LinkedIn, for example, to fill 1 week of meetings in Singapore, because I am here in Asia. And this is what I will share and try to make interactive, and to learn also how our audience, how the people who will be in the room are doing this. So I'm very curious about it. Yeah.
I think, Nathy, if you start to look for clients when you need them, that's too late.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think that's also your point. You build connections, and it's not always about pitching and selling, but you just grow your network. You find potential clients or people who have probably interest in you, or you can sometimes it's even collaborations, people to work with, right? Rather than to work for, or vice versa, because the day will come when you need to work, when you I don't know, some months work better than others. And if you start to work, then I think then it's pressure. Oh my God, I need to get work this month or in the next week.
There is a word that I really like. That's nurturing the relationship, because it really shows. First of all, it's a nice word. It's not like selling, hard selling. It's all about giving value in between the sessions that you provide, and that's the one thing. If you really can nurture relations with your previous clients, your network, this is how you're going to solve the problem. That how can we have this habit and have the bandwidth to nurture all these relations? I think that's one of the things that, some of the tips that you're going to give us, Nathy.
Yeah, exactly. I will try to show how I do this. And I'm not perfect. And there are also phases where I put this on the side and then 3 months later I would bite my fingers and say, no, why I didn't start earlier. But I will show what I think makes sense to do. Exactly.
And I think that's also something that is the same for the four of us. We are not trying to tell you that we are perfect and we are making $1 million a month.
No.
And we're not on this kind of influencer bullshit. But we have some experience to share, some successes, even some fails. Personally, I learned a lot. I've been doing that for 13 years, done both successes and failures. And this is the kind of thing we share.
Exactly.
It's not just you. There's also an audience of people who are doing their job or they're starting out, or they're doing it even longer than all of us combined. It's always, that's what's the point in the very beginning. It's always great also get like perspectives from others and experiences and maybe tips and tricks from those who are doing this, like maybe successful or things they failed with, as Alex said. It's always a great way to exchange.
And FFF is not only about us telling you how to do stuff, but us, the four of us, but it's us, everybody from the FFF community that should do that.
Yeah,
because there is, for finding clients, there is not one way. There are so many ways we can learn from each other. And I think what is interesting, especially this year, because this year is tough from an economical point of view, is that maybe something that used to work is not working anymore. So you need to find inspiration. You need to experiment those things. And I think it will be really nice to discover the way Nathy does, and also discover what the community, the people that are participating to this session are doing. So that as facilitator, all together, we can grow our business, which is, as Alex said, one part of the promise of FFF.
Will not be a session where I'm not the only one talking and with slides. And I really want also to get a point of view of the people in the rooms, and that we all learn from each other, because there are maybe some practice that I don't know. And I'm very curious to see what people are doing. So this will be my session.
It makes me think, Mehdi, what you just said, that so you have two things, and you have the tactics that works today and maybe it's not going to work tomorrow, but we need to be able to extract the core principles. So that nurturing a relationship is a core principle, and the tools and tactics to do that are the things that change.
Exactly, but also like to come back. I was talking with someone that is like is quite known in the game, and like most of her projects were coming from inbound, meaning people was reaching out to that person to work with that person. And it changed because, again, it's tough now. So this is why I also love the name of the title of Nathy's session is like, go find clients. We are living like, because it's tough, we need to look for them. Like, they're not going to come to us like in such an easy way. So it's I think it's going to be refreshing and insightful for everyone. Can you present your session in 10 seconds?
No, I have one. I heard one yesterday, which is awesome. Mehdi, could you please describe your session in one word or less?
C'est bon. It is really good.
But honestly, so I think your session will be closing before we have the community after party, and you have like the longest name. I have to read it from my teleprompter. It's cooking up workshops everyone wants a slice of. And I remember you have this carousel that you share on or shared on LinkedIn that shows how you compare like cooking and food to creating like an awesome workshop. And you never asked me, but you know I'm a pizza baker, or at least in the past, and this is not even a joke. So I'm pretty good at it. Yeah, nobody listens to me. That's
I remember
what I'm
you said
talking
it.
about,
You said
right?
it to us.
All the messages you missed in the middle of the night were about me and cooking and my former jobs. However, could you tell us what's like the main principle of comparing cooking a great meal with creating or designing a workshop? And is there any ingredient that is especially like crucial?
I think there is two things I know quite well. There is food, and then there is workshops. So I
we
really
need to do something all together, and Saïd and Mehdi, you're going to cook for us, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So instead of me trying to come up with metaphors, like Saïd is going to cook a pizza live, and I'm going to teach him how to cook the pizza based on workshop ingredients. So not kidding, but what is the funny thing is that actually the pizza is the metaphor I'm using when I'm teaching, as one of the metaphor I'm teaching. So it was funny when Saïd told me, like, I used to be a pizza baker. I don't know if you say this way, like, but anyway. And what is cool is that like the main dish that I'm going to serve people during that session is going to be a pizza. And there are many ingredients that are important for a great workshop. Of course, the most important thing is that you have the right one to deliver on the customer goal. But if I need to pick one very important ingredient that can make the entire workshop super different and stand out, it would be the experience. So, of course, my goal is to please the customer and that he wants to work with me again. But the other one that I have and that is serving this one is that I really want people to have a great time working with me. So I want them to feel like, oh, this is what so insightful, so different of what we're used to, that I'm going to work with Mehdi each time, because first is helping me solve my problem, but because we're having a nice moment doing it. And I'm going to share with you guys, like, with the audience, like, how can you create such a thing? Of course, how you can also achieve the fundamentals of workshops, but also like how can you build that experience? And like, spoiler alert, it's not going to be like one thing that you can all apply. I think it's like the addition of small little things that combine is bringing a totally different experience in your workshop.
I like that you're bringing the design thinking mindset. You're thinking in terms of PX, participant experience. Yeah, I really like that.
But you know my background, so of course, like, design
that's
thinking
why.
has a. So it's gonna be a cool session. Like, remember last time I had like this level up gaming type of metaphor.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you can imagine it's gonna be in a nice restaurant. I'm going to work with Saïd a lot to make nice thing on OBS. Of course, it's only Flickr because none of that have been created so far.
I can already tell you.
It's gonna be amazing.
I know Mario is a plumber, not but he's Italian, so maybe there is a transition from the Italian Super Mario to like delivering a pizza or something like this. So
exactly.
There you go.
And
you can pay me later.
And the FFF3 is gonna be like, the analogy is gonna be linked to plumbing, and then like the loop is closed because you were talking about like an important room that plumber needs to fix. Okay, now.
Yeah, so thank you so much, guys. We hope to see you all on the 14th of October. I think the first session is at 12 o'clock European time, 6 o'clock Asian time, and I guess 6 o'clock in the morning in the US, something like this, depending on where you are.
6 a.m. Eastern time and 12 or
So
noon
we will have
Europeans.
All the session, one at 12 o'clock. I will speak European time, 12 o'clock, and one at 6 o'clock in the evening, so that we can cover all the time zone. And we have already a lot of people registered right now. We still have 3 weeks to go. So I'm very excited to see who will come in the room. Thank you so much, guys.
And because, what I always tell you in the WhatsApp group, how about a call to action? If you want to sign up, it's www.facilitation.com and it will be popping up here or here. Nathy will add you.
Yeah, exactly. You have all the session on fitforfacilitation.com. You can register to each session or the session you prefer, depending on your time zone. Yes, Alex?
Something very important. When I go to conferences, I often go to the sessions that I think I don't have a natural preference. And I always learn a lot when I go to these sessions.
So you're making promo for Mehdi's session. Go to the session you don't like. So. Okay.
You're saying, oh, I'm not really interested into selling. Well, go to this one. Or I'm not interested into whatever topic, and you're gonna learn a lot. That's my experience to going to tens and tens of conferences in the last years.
But you're absolutely right. It is how you expand your horizon if you go to things that you don't know much about, because afterwards you will know, right? So that makes a little bit of sense.
Well, whatever. Register to all the sessions. That's the easy.
Yeah, register to all the sessions. 6 sessions. It will be great. See you on the 14th of October. Thank you, guys. And to finish, I will put our music again. Okay?
Yeah, let me do this.